Topla dobrodošlica na konferenciju Jugoistočne Evrope. Razmijenit ćemo iskustva iz
Sibylle,
Bosne i Hercegovine,
Kosova,
Crne Gore,
Republika Severna Makedonija,
Srbije,
o integrisanom planiranju energije, transporta i klimatskih promjena. Također ćemo čuti stečena znanja iz drugih dijelova Evrope poput Njemačke, Slovenije, Gruzije, Italije i Poljske. Pridružite nam se u ovom uzbudljivom iskustvu planiranja, transporta i klime. Dobrodošli.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the Southeast Europe Conference Day. I'm happy to see you all here, live in studio, and those online. My name is Dubravka Bošnjak. I come from Pristina, Kosovo. I work there for GIZ, for the Open Regional Fund project on energy, transport, and climate protection. And today I am going to do my best to try and moderate this session. So welcome again, and please stay with us. Today we close the session a bit earlier, so we close by 1 p.m., but it's a very interesting agenda nonetheless. So today we are here to share some of the experience that we have from Southeast Europe. We're going to share experiences in transport and climate planning that we've done across Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Turkey. So yes, please join us, and let's follow up with a couple of first two speakers who will take this welcome further. First is Sibylle Strahl. Sibylle is the sector fund manager at GIZ. She will be linked remotely to welcome you all and initiate, kick off this conference day. And followed by Dubravka Bošnjak, that's joining me here. Dubravka will be giving us an overview of the Open Regional Fund project on energy, transport, and climate protection. And she will give us a brief overview of the objectives and the agenda for today. So without further delay, I would like to hand over to Sibylle, who is joining us online. Sibylle, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Dubravka. Good morning and a very warm welcome from sunny Sarajevo to the Southeast Europe Conference Day. On behalf of the Open Regional Fund for Southeast Europe, Energy, Transport and Climate Protection, I welcome and greet all participants, colleagues, partners and guests who joined us today from the Southeast Europe region, from the European Union and from around the world. I am extraordinarily happy to see the Southeast Europe community gathering again, this time now for the second time, within the frame of the Global Transport and Climate Change Week. Last year, we virtually walked together through major cities in the Western Balkans to see first examples of good practice and how sustainable urban mobility is translated into reality for citizens. To accelerate climate action and to scale up these commendable efforts, this time the Southeast Europe Conference Day brings together practitioners and decision makers to share experiences from Albania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Turkey, experiences on integrated energy, transport, and climate planning. We will also hear lessons learned from other parts of Europe, such as Germany, Slovenia, Georgia, Italy, and Poland. Countries of Southeast Europe have committed to meet the EU energy and climate goals, which stipulate a reduction in CO2 emissions of 40%. This is quite demanding, and at local level, in addition, challenges such as rapid urbanization levels at the overall rate of 58% and growing put pressure on the existing infrastructure and contribute to negative climate impacts. Cities in the region are thus facing air pollution and urban sprawl, leading to explosive use of private transport as well as of fossil fuels. In addition, the population faces noise, traffic congestion, and increased land consumption. In the light of these challenges, the Open Regional Fund for Southeast Europe, Energy, Transport, and Climate Protection fosters regional cooperation and exchange within the region and beyond to jointly take climate action and to meet the targets we have all together committed to. Very concretely, the project focuses on developing regional capabilities in planning and implementing decarbonization measures in the energy, climate, and transport sectors. It is co-funded by the European Union and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development under the name EU for Energy Transition, Covenant of Mayors in the Western Balkans and Turkey. The European Union has been co-funding the ORF since 2021 to support its implementation in the Western Balkans. This funding is used to expand on activities that support municipalities in developing and putting into practice sustainable energy and climate action plans locally as part of the globally active initiative Covenant of Mayors on Energy and Climate. In Turkey, the project EU for Energy Transition is funded by the European Union and implemented by the Lithuanian Central Project Management Agency. And in another initiative funded by the German Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the Open Regional Fund promotes regional exchange on the implementation of sustainable urban mobility plans in the Western Balkans. How we aim to bring together sustainable energy, transport, and climate planning, and support our partners on the path to achieving even more ambitious goals. We will now hear from my colleague Dubravka. With this, I would hand over back to colleagues in the Berlin studio.
Thank you very much, Sibylle. It was nice to hear you from Sarajevo. We are missing all the team from Sarajevo here in Berlin. Yes, thank you once again for coming. I would like to warm welcome you all for Southeast Europe Conference Day. We are all together here to learn something, but also to share the experiences we already gained together. I will use this opportunity and next around 10 minutes to provide you with more information about the background, why we are here, how we came here, and what are our targets and objectives for the future. Firstly, you have also heard that we are working in the frame of a project, and the GIZ that is temporarily supporting a lot of projects and a lot of is running on. But from the perspective of the Open Regional Fund for Southeast Europe, Energy, Transport, and Climate Protection, we are focusing on supporting our partners, our cities, to tackle climate change and deliver on the energy transition in Southeast Europe. As each project, we have some general objectives, some specific objectives, but in the frame of this conference, I would like to accent two of them. Firstly, we are working with our partners, with cities and municipalities, but also with associations of municipalities on a joining process of the Covenant of Mayors, which is a global process and in which cities and municipalities are focusing firstly on the development, their energy and climate action plans, and later on the implementation. Through our project, we will do both. A part of this, we are very much dedicated to promoting of the idea of the sustainable urban mobility. We started some years ago in Southeast Europe region, and now we are, I can say, maybe a bit in an advanced phase. And now we are on the right moment to have such exchange like we will have today in Berlin, but also we'll use opportunity to have this online exchange. And where we are now. Today we dedicated this session on discussion how to integrate energy, transport, and climate planning. Why? Because since we are in the region since several years, and we have, together with our partners, detected certain number of challenges. And I have pointed here just a few of them. Since you are mainly coming from the local level, you will know what I'm talking about. but nevertheless, I would like also to appoint some of them. Like in each of the country, we have a large number of actors. You understand what does it mean. We have a local level, cities, municipalities. On the other side, we have a national state level. But in between, we have a lot of agencies, funds, universities, local civil society organization, financial institutions, businesses, public and private. And of course, we have our citizens. It is a really framework in which is difficult to go and say it is one direction and we go this way. Apart of this, we know that in each country there are a lot of requirements coming from a legal side, coming from outside, like some EU accession process or some other things. And what we have identified together with our partners is a very often lack of coordination between different sectors. We are very much aware that sometimes energy sector is somehow defending the position. We are the most important. From the other side, we have a transport sector telling, oh yes, but you cannot work without us. Somehow our aim is to, at least today, open the discussion how to integrate, how to align these sectors. We cannot maybe do a lot, but even if we initiate something from this stage, it will be great. And yes, we know we have different levels of government, and we know it is not always easy to know plans of each other and also to align. And this is the framework we work now. And I haven't put on slide with a purpose one very important element. It is a financial part. Every time when we want to implement something, we are somehow struggling how to finance, where to find funds, and how to solve this. Also, I didn't put on the slide, but I want to pay attention that we are all looking also cross-border. What is happening in other countries? What is coming from the EU perspective? What is coming from the world or global perspective? And in this context, we also need somehow to put everything together. It is not an easy task, but what we are doing together with our partners is really to develop the culture of the cooperation and the networking. So far, GIZ Open Regional Fund has supported many of cities in development their action plan, either urban mobility plan or action plan for energy efficiency, or now for energy and climate. And we are supporting this networking among the region. I have put here on the slide only a small number of cities we cooperate with. There are much more, and after this session, we would like to have even more and more cities. Why this is important? Sometimes when implementing or working on something, we very often feel like we are the only ones struggling with a certain problem or a challenge. But once we start to talk to each other, then we recognize, okay, maybe we are not the only one. Maybe there is experience from the other side or from the other city we can use, we can learn, or even we can share something we already learned. And our main primary aim is really to create a network of progressive and very ambitious cities to work together in Southeast Europe. But it is not our only aim. And of course, I have to point here that really we cooperate very good with associations of municipalities, with different ministries that are responsible for the development of the national energy and climate planning, which is a parallel process in each country. And a part of this networking within our region, our aim and our mission for today is to give you opportunity to connect with other regions, to give you opportunity to exchange with other EU networks and initiatives. We had opportunity yesterday to hear a lot of experiences, not coming only from Europe, also coming from other regions. And it is very, very important. At this stage, I would like to invite you really to use this opportunity. This is, I would say, a unique opportunity. And maybe we can also say until next meeting, we can promise to ourselves at least that we will get in touch with one of these initiatives and maybe transfer the knowledge we have and also take something what they have. As I'm at the beginning, we have heard that ORF is acting, or Open Regional Fund as an instrument, is acting regionally. But our key instruments, which we would like to promote today and also to invite you to use, are cooperation and collaboration. We have heard also at the conference that one of the key words was collaboration. Please use this. Also networking. Even if you say it is networking, but we learned yesterday that it is so important to be maybe in the formal environment or outside and to network. It is always added value. I'm repeating myself with this knowledge transfer, but I'm the one who is really advocating for this. And we have heard that there are good practices. We can exchange, we can transmit this, and I know that at some point we can also develop a Southeast Europe network to be really at this stage to have a lot of cases to show and to exchange with others. Maybe I can also stop here and give back the word to my colleague Dukajin. And we will really have opportunity today to talk and to use everything what I have mentioned, but of course we will have a lot of speakers. And just to put the final remark, according to speakers, we wanted to have a different views at this conference, and that's why we would have in the later session speakers from a local community, from ministry, from civil society. So please join our later session and please stay with us. Thank you.